So, everyone, welcome to the Power Play with CJ. I want to focus in on the the trade between Ottawa and the New York Rangers, sending Mika Zibanejad and a second-round pick to New York in exchange for Derick, Brassard, and a seventh-round pick. Let's look at it from the Rangers' perspective. They're getting a good player in Zibanejad, who just turned 23 a few months ago. I like him. I've always been a fan of him. You can go back to some of the earliest episodes of the Power Play with CJ, and I'm actually going to look that up right now. And look at how much I've been a fan of him since he was, an 18-year-old in his first 9 games with the Ottawa Senators. But either way, you look at it from. I did a prospect profile on Mika Zibanejad on December 22nd, 2011. So I've been in his corner for a while. He had 51 points last year. He's a very, very, very good player. I like what he brings to the table. I think he's definitely going to help this Rangers team. Gives you a little bit of everything, and I like that. And the fact that he's 6 years younger than Brassard. He had 7 less points than Derick Brassard last year on a team that was a lot worse. Now, getting your breakout passes from Erik Karlsson, maybe those boost your numbers a little bit. But I think Zibanejad's on the upswing. Well, Brassard's plateaued. He's going to be 29 in September. We pretty much unequivocally understand that he is what he is. And he's a good player. He's a very good top 6 forward in the NHL. But does he get Ottawa into that discussion where they can be a surefire playoff team in the Eastern Conference / go a round or two? No. And I'm going a step further from the Rangers' perspective. Yes, they'll have to pay Zibanejad at the end of this year, whereas Brassard's on a pretty fair contract. And from Ottawa's perspective, the cap hits $5 million, but the actual dollars are less than that. I know he's got a signing bonus a couple weeks ago. And going a step further with Ottawa, I don't understand why they're a small market team. They play in Canada's capital, and they're not a cap team. Dallas is a cap. At times has been a cap team. Florida right now is a cap team. What does it say about ownership in Ottawa? And I think a lot of it has to do with the depreciation of the Canadian dollar and the fact that compared to places like Toronto, Montreal, Vancouver, it's not as big of a market. But the fact this team plays in, again, the capital of Canada, isn't spending to the cap and is looking to cut corners financially. Not a good look. Just throwing that out there. But and the other thing is with the Senators. I know Brassard and Mark Mathod are close. I just saw that tweet, and Brassard played for Guy Boucher in junior hockey. So there's plenty there to like. I just I'm not totally. I don't get it with Ottawa. I don't get the direction Ottawa's going in. I think outside of the Boston Bruins, they're the most lost team in the Eastern Conference. Which is saying a lot. I mean, you can make the argument, Montreal, whoever, but I just do not see where Ottawa's going right now. And adding an older player, albeit a good player, and giving up a second-round pick in the process. And actually, Brassard is essentially a hometown kid. He's from Hull, which is right outside Ottawa, for my non-geographically inclined friends. But we'll see. We'll see what happens, with the Senators. From New York's perspective, I also think the second-round pick they're getting back is a good thing. They got to try to replenish some of their the cupboards from Barron in terms of draft picks and prospects. So if you get to add a second-round pick in 2 years, that's good. And I do not think the Rangers are done moving yet. There is another move to be made. I don't know if it's a Rick Nash trade. I don't think it's a Rick Nash trade. They got to do something about that blue line. And Kreider and Kevin Hayes still haven't, they're still going to arbitration for those 2 players. So, we'll see what happens. But the Rangers aren't done moving yet. Gordon's not done. There's going to be at least one other deal that's more than a blip on the radar screen between now and training camp in New York. So, we'll see what happens. Anyway, that's all I got to episode of the Power Play with CJ. Stay tuned for more episodes for the off season and beyond. Later, guys.